Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen, or if you are new here, welcome. Today we are making gingerbread cookies. Come with me, let's go. To make these amazing cookies, you'll need brown sugar, butter, 1 egg, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg and cloves, vanilla, molasses, salt, baking soda, and flour, plus a couple other ingredients for the icing. And stay tuned, friends, until the end of this video, because along the way I have a few valuable tips for this cookie recipe that I want to share with you that I learned myself. This was the first time I ever made this cookie, and they were super helpful, and I want you to know about them. First, I'm just getting all the dry ingredients sifted here, and then in a separate bowl, I'm creaming together butter and brown sugar. And you can kind of see the consistency that I go for here. But you want to beat this for a couple minutes. I don't have a stand mixer, so you can just see I'm using my electric beaters. I'm now adding in the molasses. This gives the cookie a really great depth of flavor. And then the beaten egg, along with a little splash of vanilla, which you'll see me adding right here. Again, you just want to get this all mixed together for about another minute until this is all really well incorporated. It's a super simple recipe, but there's just a couple techniques and tips along the way that really help perfect this gingerbread cookie. So after I get it all mixed together, I'm going to add in my dry ingredients. Super simple. You just dump them all in. You don't have to add it in slowly. And then you just want to get this together. Again, I use the beaters for part of this, but just till most of the flour is incorporated. And then I end up finishing this by hand, which I would also recommend. You just don't want to overbeat this dough. Don't ask me why, just don't do it. The first tip I want to give, this isn't really a secret or anything, just more of a little hack. I didn't have the separate ingredients, the cinnamon, the cloves, the ginger, and the nutmeg. Well, I had ginger and cinnamon. So I used pumpkin pie spice, and if you look at the ingredients on the back of the box of pumpkin pie spice, it's just those 4 ingredients. So that's what I used, and then you don't see it here, but this is kind of important. I did add in an additional teaspoon of ginger. So I will down below in the description box include the full written recipe as I did it, but just wanted to note that here. That's my first tip and hack. Okay, so now I finished getting it all incorporated by hand, so I'm just getting it out on my counter and I'm going to divide it in 2, just because in the future when we go to roll it out, it's a lot easier to work with 2 smaller pieces than this one giant piece. And it didn't look like a lot of dough that I was making, but this ended up making a lot of cookies. And you'll see I made my cookies on the larger side because my cookie cutters were just a little bit bigger. And I just still was astounded by the number of cookies that I got from this recipe. So don't feel like you have to double this. Anyway, I'm getting my dough rolled out a little bit. This is another tip. This is going to make your life easier in a few hours, or in my case, the next day. But I flattened it out a little bit into these kind of bigger discs. Highly recommend this, and then get it in the refrigerator. Okay, here we are the next day. Sorry, my oven's on here for a little bit, but I do turn it off. Well, I don't turn it off, but in the editing process, I will get rid of that. Anyways, I'm getting the dough out and getting my surface floured so it doesn't stick. And then you just want to roll this out to about 1/4 of an inch thick. And then just start cutting out your cookies. Use whatever kind of shapes you like. I use gingerbread and stars because I love stars. Just try to pick shapes that are kind of similar in size so that they bake time-wise, the same amount of time. So I did, like I said, gingerbread, stars, and then whatever dough I had left over, I just made some circles out of. So get creative, do whatever you like. You could do Christmas trees, are really cute too. I just didn't have them. And then for the icing, here's where some more good tips come in. Make sure you sift your powdered sugar. And then that's what I'm doing here. Just going to run it through my strainer. And then you are going to, in this recipe, you'll have a 1/4 cup of whole milk. And you are going to add it in slowly, about half to start, which is like 2 tablespoons. And then here is another key, 2 tablespoons of corn syrup. This is what is going to give your cookies that nice shine, but it's also going to set up the icing rather, really, really nicely. And this is going to allow you to stack the cookies when you go to store them or package them up to give them away as gifts. So you just want to keep adding your milk in slowly. I also added in a little bit of vanilla, but add it in slowly until you get this happening. See, when you drizzle it, it should stand a little bit on the top and then disappear. So just like this, and then it should just kind of fall away into the icing, as well as you could see when I was pulling the spatula, it was leaving a trail. That's another thing you want to look for. And then I just ice my cookies like this. I don't do that whole piping thing, but you are welcome to do that if you are skilled and have the patience and the time for that. I don't have the patience to do that, so I just dip them in like this. I know they don't look perfect, but I think they look pretty cute and they make great gifts. And my friends, these taste so, so good. I was really happy and impressed with this recipe, which is why I'm bringing it to you today. And I just highly, highly recommend it. I'm just getting them packaged up, showing you how you can stack them and it doesn't ruin the icing. And this is just a great cookie recipe. My daughter loves gingerbread cookies and she loved this as well. So I was just really happy about it. And finally, I just want to say thanks so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me in the kitchen today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with friends and family who you think might enjoy it. I'll also pop up a couple videos right here on the screen for you to check out between now and my next upload. And if you like my videos, please consider subscribing so you can see more of them. It's free. Just hit the subscribe button down below. Bye guys. Can't wait to see you next time.